Hello again, everyone. Saka here, and welcome back to PowerWash Simulator. And when we last left off, we had an Art Deco house that we have to clean up here. Oh, geocaching. In the home base, select the job from the job map. Outstanding. So, this is Trilobite Lodge. Apologies for how filthy it is. I just got back from a dig in Alaska to find the house looking like this, and my other half, Karen, apparently vanished into thin air. It wouldn't be the first time. Wherever she gets a whiff of anything interesting, that's her gone for months. Okay, Michelle and Karen living in this Art Deco house. We'll go ahead and start that job and see exactly how filthy this thing is. And, yeah, okay. So it looks like the sidewalk is all good. We do have a new lift over here, the ProRise SCF5X. Scaffold in the back. Yeah, this is going to be interesting indeed. Of course, we're going to start from the top and then use our new 20-inch washer to get all of the sidewalk area. So let's get to the top. Can we get to it from the scaffold? That's quite a jump. Let's try out this new 5X lift, shall we? Okay, so we can pick up the lift and let's see. Where can we reach the roof at? This is going to be tricksy. I think we can reach it from this side. So let's go ahead and put the lift right there. And we'll head on up as high as we can go. Of course, no fall protection, because why would we need fall protection? And a 1, and a 2, and a yeet! Good jump! All right, yeah. Let's go ahead and start at the top. And you know, this is pretty flat. Let's go ahead and give this thing a try. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, we can hit the edges, but let's start right up top here with this 20-inch washer. Yeah, we can go right down. So the edges are a little bit grody, but we can solve that quick, fast, and in a hurry. I probably should have mentioned the house is directly underneath the beam's path and in the firing line for the famous Merman hum. So that's what that is. All right. I'm not up to the lore on PowerWash Simulator. I don't know what the Merman hum is, or if that beam has anything for us. Exactly what's going to happen with said beam. We can get the edges here and come back with our other washer once we're done. And luckily, it's powerful enough to go along the sides here. Yeah, let's spread this out. Get the sides as best we can. A little bit stuck on dirt there. How about that? Yeah, we'll go just narrow it up just a skosh. Right along the edge there. Cool. And this is going to be interesting to get into the little lines and sides here, this Art Deco house. They definitely weren't planning on any cleaning to be done with all these nooks and crannies, that is for sure. Don't fall, whatever you do. Yeah, this thing is precarious. All right, so the creature fin, or the central feature, not the creature. The creature fin is a one piece. So let's work on getting this central fin taken care of. Work our way from the top to the bottom. Yeah, and right along the wall. That's going to be interesting indeed. All right, and then the blade is also separate. Or on this back side, this is something we might have to get from the scaffold. Easy does it. Yeah, we can get to the scaffold from this back side. This feature fin goes all the way down to the next floor. Easy does it, and yeah, it's like it's not a whole lot of surface area from space, but it's certainly a lot of surface area hidden alongside. That's pretty stuck on. But we can get it. All right. Making good inroads here. Up we go. Okay, that. Yeah, with uneven platforms on the other side, we can't attack this the same way that we attack the other side. Oop. All right, so do we have the ups? All right, so we are not Michael Jordan. We can't get up there from here. Yeah, very, very tricksy. Can we get around? No. Well, crap. Tell you what. Oh, and that's cool. Grabbing the scissor lift while it's extended actually lowers it a bit when you pick it up. That's handy. Let's try this corner and get up there from here. So what we can do is put our extension on and get it from this side, but that is still very inconvenient. All right, we're back. So we should, yeah, not much left on this fin. And as we saw from the other side, it does go, wow, stuck on Band-Aid's brain because dirt is stick on me. Tell you what, that is really dug in. All right, so once we get this feature wall, or the fin, I think we can drop down to this level here and get the fin and the central bit. Yeah, that is really tight in there. One on this back side. So this is where our extensions are really going to come into play. Let's get the super extension out. Very nice. Yeah, so we can work on this from the extension side. Hopefully we got everything on the top that we needed to get. I wonder. Yeah, I don't think we can put a ladder right here. Tell you what, it's no joke. All right, so that is the base. That's central from the blade. So we'll work on the blade, see if we can get that done before we move to the base. Go kind of part to part here. All right, thank you for being kind. All right, yeah, just got to get this fin done. And all of that is part of the fin as well. Shouldn't take too awful much. Thank you. Cool. All right, so that is the feature fin and the blade complete. All right, back up top. All right, our next attack will be right next to it on this feature wall. And I think we had a good process last time of having that extension right alongside. And then this feature trim might not be too bad to get. We'll run right along. Can we go as wide as we can? Yes. Well, no, not really. All right, let's try this 20-inch pizza pan. Yeah, the pizza pan is doing the work. That's what I like to see. Nice, flat. Cool, that was taken care of fairly quickly. Pizza pan can't get that stuck on dirt there. It's like a big old vacuum cleaner over here. It just pulls up the dirt on this flat surface. It's a good investment for sure. I like it. All right, Pizza Pan, do your worst. All right, so that actually gets to the central feature wall. So we just need a little bit from the roof. Nice. All right, that's taken care of. Nope, not that one. My goal is to get all of the top done, so I don't have to use the lifts or the ladders anymore. That way we can focus on getting things from the side. And since we can get to the roof from this side, we'll work over here next. So I don't know what Karen did, but hopefully Karen is paying for this this PowerWash here. Or Karen is left for years at a time and she doesn't know. Yeah, you're really stuck on there. All right, so the wall, I believe, can be gotten from the left side. Let's work on this wall here. All right, so if you've tuned in to the first few episodes, thank you so much. It's definitely a different approach to the games that I've been playing before, for sure. And if you're new here, awesome, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. And if you're a long timer, thank you for your continued support. It's always appreciated to have people tune in, especially when you do something that's out of your wheelhouse. That is for sure. Let's get this done. And I'm recording this pretty much back to back from the other episode, so I haven't had time. If you've submitted any questions from that from the episode where I was asking, you know, hey, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask. So that will be in the future. I'm going to try to knock out as many episodes as I can before EU5 and NASCAR, because that's going to be time consuming for both of those series for sure. But I do want to finish PowerWash. Personally, I love the beam's gentle hum, but it drove Karen to distraction. Actually, maybe that's why she's not here. Could be. Like living next to a train track or an airport. You just get this constant sound that drives you insane. All right, this is a job for Pizza Pan. And hopefully it does a good job the first pass through. It looks like it will. Yeah, I'm not actually up to speed on power washing and power washing accessories. I don't know if this 20-inch pan exists, but dang. Definitely a good idea if it is. So it's leaving little bits of scrub behind. We can spot clean those. Let's just do laps. Keep forward momentum. Kind of like the farming approach. Except I don't have to stop and turn around. I can just keep on looping. And I don't know if this roof section is tied to the other side or if this is one bit. Probably one bit. Oh, and just, well, kind of. You know, in Farming Sim, whenever you have a run and you just barely don't have the tool width to do it in one pass, you have to do one pass, and then, you know, it's not much left over. I think this wide, because we broke up a lot of it with the pan, we can just keep on going. And then we can attack the side. Wow, that's really stuck on. Cool. Yeah, just a little spot. And that's what I was talking about earlier, was not having to go over something twice. So the pizza pan did quite a bit of good work, but we still have to come back and get the little spots. Now that may be close enough for government work. We'll just have to see once we get the rest of this roof section done whether or not that was close enough to count. And then, of course, we have the other side to do. Once we're done over here, the inconvenience side. Right, easily done. I don't know if an extension would be better to attack it from afar and get a wider area, but at least we don't have to go over anything twice. Oh, be very careful there. Yeah, nice. We're in the nitty-gritty now. I think we just have the front to do. Well, I say that, but we did the front earlier. Thank you. Cool. All right, and then I think we can pop out pizza pan and get canopy. I'm really enjoying PowerWash Simulator. It's one of those relaxing games that you can just get into, not have to plan for, and everything is awesome. Yeah, this was a very good buy. I like it. Really like it. It kind of reminds me of, you know, like Lawnmower Simulator or something like that, that is nice and chill. I thought about, there's one game that others were playing a bit ago, the Supermarket Sim, that looked really good for a chill time. One of those games that, like, when I saw it on the Steam store and I saw other people play it, I'm like, well, that would be awesome to play. All right, let's try something a little cheeky here. Now, if we... Oh, so the underside is separate. So we've got to get the side of the wall. We'll get our other one out. But I like the games that are, like, chill. The ones that... Okay, so this classifies as trim. It's not the roof. Crap. So we'll try to find the little bits and bobs to get this. I think Supermarket Chill would be pretty cool. There we go. It's the kind of game that, you know, doesn't end, that, you know, you build up and slowly see yourself up. Parcel Simulator was actually another one that looked really interesting. Yeah, let's get our extension out. Getting, you know, your parcel set up with your different mail types and your different weights and, you know, checking all of that stuff. It's the kind of thing that, like, is really cool for someone like me that likes logistics and all that stuff and planning out things. It's my type of game for sure. Can we get that? Yeah, right on the trim. That's what I like to see. Thank you, extension, for being cool. Now, that's the underside. I'm not exactly sure where the rest of the trim would be, since this ladder's here anyway. We'll hop up there and see if maybe it's in the corner there. No, right on the underside. Oh, might as well do the underside while we're here. Maybe have to get up there and redo this backside. Oh yeah, there we go. Boom. Nice. And then underside shouldn't take too long either with this extension. Yeah, let's narrow up that beam a bit and really cut through the amount of pressure coming through. Can we widen her up now? Not really. We'll just focus on this. If you have any other recommendations for chill games that are, you know, not too high awful stress, maybe a little bit of logistics, like Parcel Simulator or Supermarket Simulator. I saw there was also Trading Card Game Simulator, things like that. One game that really looked cool that I liked was the GameStop Simulator. But I have to admit, it was kind of more appealing to me when they had those faux names of games that you could still tell what the games were. They changed up a few letters or changed some wording around or made the title kind of sound like the real thing, but legally distinct, but I guess it wasn't legally distinct enough, and the developers had to basically overhaul and come up with brand new games that didn't resemble actual games, and that kind of lost my interest, because it's like I have an attachment to games. It'd be cool to say, hey, I have a limited edition Baldur's Gate facsimile for sale or something like that. It kind of lost its identity, you know. Yeah, we'll work on this backside. Now, this is where we could probably use this scaffold. Nice. Placed exactly where we needed it to. A new job is available from Derek, huh? Suddy Rich. Fancy a shot at the movie business? Our star dog needs a good washing down before tomorrow's shoot. Oh, it's a car. And when you think dog cars, you have to think Dumb and Dumber. Even though it was a van, shoot, that dog vehicle is iconic. So we may get our hands on one of those. Cool. All right, so now we can work on that precarious backside that we passed up before. And we are 1/5 of the way done with this house. And really, we haven't left the roof, so I mean, that's a pretty good indication of how we're doing. 20% of all the dirt on the house was in the upper roof area. Can we go really wide on this? It's a shame we can't take that pizza pan and hold it up to the wall. Oh, we can. Oh, man. Defy the laws of gravity here. And just get the side of the wall with a pizza pan. Oh, that is so good. Oh, that is so good. It even goes around corners. Now, this is where we would kind of need an extension for this this wand, so that the pizza pan could go around those corners. Yeah, right in the corner. Nice. Yeah, can't beat that with a stick. It's a little bit tricksy once it gets to the side, but oop. What's really tricksy is this edge. You definitely don't want to go falling off here. Get this central feature wall done. And we can get ourselves back on land. Cool. So we got that. This trim shouldn't take too awful long with the pizza pan. Get up there, get up there, get up there. Cool. Got that. And then once we get this here, the balcony roof done, we shouldn't have to go climbing up so tall anymore. Yeah, just a few passes and we're all set. That furniture is going to be tricksy, that is for sure. A lot of nooks and crannies. I like this wide open feel of rooftops and whatnot. You can just go up and down the rows fairly quickly. The intricate stuff like furniture is a whole nother ball of wax. Got that one done. All right, so from the side, Kenway. So we can just... Okay, so the range ain't enough to just let the water drop. All right, that's good to know. We'll get the edge here. All right, in we go. See if we can get this feature wall at least. Oh, that is really stuck on. Yeah, the thing about PowerWash Simulator that I really like as opposed to like Supermarket Sim is there's kind of, you know, just so many jobs that you can do. And that's that's a nice end point. It's not like the Supermarket Sim that seems to like just go on forever and there's really, you can start a series and whatnot. Okay, cool. Central feature wall is done. You can start a series and then you're not sure how to end it. You just kind of get to the point where like you have everything and it's like, well, the game would continue forever now. And I'm not sure exactly what we can do from here, but you know, PowerWash, once all the jobs are done, I don't think it would generate random jobs to do that, you know, in an endless mode, as it were. So it's good for a series. Huzzah! Right in the corner. So it'll allow me to... Come on, rear decorative block. Nice. And then central wall's done, that's done. Cool. But something like this allows me to declare a series done. Oosh. And it kind of gives me a, you know, a timeline of like, well, I can do so many episodes of PowerWash. That is grody. I could do several episodes of PowerWash Sim and be done, you know, at a certain day. And then that's great for planning purposes. Nope. Wrong head here. There we go. It'd be kind of easy if I stream. Because then I could just, you know, do what I want and then I didn't have to worry about planning. But with the games coming out that are, holy crap, it would be well worth it to get my time, my schedule kind of set in my head. There we go. Soap cut through that really well. Balcony. Nice, we could squeeze on in there. Good game design. Yeah, so the base, okay, so the base is one big piece along the front. And there is said trilobite. Nice. Yeah, so the bottom will need... Well, we can get it from here. But my 10-year anniversary is coming up. And I'm still thinking about what I'd like to do for 10 years on YouTube. It's definitely been a long journey for sure, feeling, you know, 10 years, looking back on all the series and the channel itself. Woo! Looking at everything that I've done so far, it's kind of eye-opening and kind of scary to think 10 years has gone by. Time certainly waits for no one, that is for sure. Awesome. So we can hop over here. Yeah, it's really kicked on. If I had to think about my favorite series to do, I mean, X4 is definitely up there since that's kind of what really set the channel off, and it was good fun. Always a good time to play X4, but it's one of those games that where we're sort of in a good spot, so it's tough to think about what to do that's different. All right, second floor wall. I think we can do this one from here. I don't know if the pizza pan... Yeah, we got a little bit of extension. We don't have to go up too awful far. But I started out my series... Whoa! Okay, you can see where I fell there. I started out my channel with American Truck, and it's kind of like the same feeling that we have here, where it's like just a nice chill experience. That's what I like to play. Just chill games that you don't have to really worry about anything, and then the strategy games I like to focus on. The grand strategy games and whatnot. But I definitely can't go between games when I'm doing something like that, because I want to keep in the mindset that I was in before and not forget what I was doing. PowerWash Sim, you could just hop right on in whenever you want. Yeah, we can get this wall. Shouldn't be too awful much left on this. Boom. Yeah, 29%. Tell you what, it's a long road to go. But once we can work down on the ground, I think it'll go a lot faster. And when we have nice flat surfaces, that definitely helps too. Wait, where's the beam gone? That's a good question. Where has the beam gone? I'm not the caretaker of the beam. I don't know. Hey, something's changed. What's that? What do you mean by something? Or wasn't that beam keeping the volcano in check? Oh no, things are about to get really dirty. Which stands to reason, if we're going to be in business, we can't expect people to be as dirty to keep us in business. We need a little bit of outside influence, and I would definitely say a volcano is that type of influence. All right, so the second floor wall. Okay, I was going to say, all right, second floor window isn't too bad. Probably wouldn't hurt to soap it up a bit, since it seems like glass. Is really hard to do. And in these nooks and crannies as well. Oh, so the frame is separate from the window. All right, frame is good. Nice, window is good, even though we have a little bit of soap. So where is said volcano, by the by? Where should I be looking for my inevitable doom? Are we talking Vesuvius situation? Are we talking St. Helens situation? Or is this going to be just a gentle rumble that spews ash and doesn't make this a permadeath run? All right, pilaster. Learning new vocabulary. What in the world is a pilaster? A pilaster? Maybe a pillar banister. All right, cool. Got that. One more to go. And then I think we'll move to the other side. I think we had a little bit to do still on this second floor before we do, because this is like a nice transition part. It goes all the way around the building, so this can be like our halfway mark. Yeah, we could work on all of this. And then the front. Okay, we'll get to the back side. Yeah, I have a really good angle from here. That's what I like to see. And that came off really well. That always helps when you have dirt that cooperates. All right, so let's work on this edge right along here. We can get this trim taken care of. I wish we could drive this thing. How cool would that be? Just kind of drive it along the right side and keep on going. Good jump, though. All right, so I bet we can use this to our advantage. Yeah, we can get that trim. Now, I'm not sure if the trim... All right, so the next experiment... All right, so the trim is one big thing. So this completely wraps around. All right, so what I'll do... Oop. There we go. So what we'll do is we'll do the front here. Start working our way down to that divide. And then that way we can kind of get chilled in this little area over to the right. And attack it. Ooh. That is really bad. I don't know if we need soap or just, yeah, dedicated spray. Yeah, the front has been, like, blasted here. Easy. Yeah, we're going to have to reposition ourselves and tackle this a little bit better from the front. Hey, we can rotate. Cool. Yeah, we'll take that. Up we go. Raise scissor lift, please. Shoo. Does our soap reach from there? Yeah. We're going to have to soap this thing up. A lot of soap on the border there. And get the surround. Yeah, the soap is a lifesaver. It was a good change, whatever they did, to make sure the soap is good. All right. Can we get... All right. Let's move again. Kind of the step ladder. Oh, we can overwrite the step ladder. Very cool. Physics. Collision. Who needs them? All right, let's soap this corner. And then I think the surround might go to the back there. No, that's feature walls. So that's completely separate there too. Little bips and bobs. So here recently, Jurassic World, or Jurassic Park Evolution, Jurassic World Evolution 3 came out, and a big part of my channel was Jurassic World Evolution 1. We did all of the parks and whatnot. All right, so that side is done. Yeah, we're good. Let's get the underside of these. All right, so I think those 4 are connected. But Jurassic World was pretty fun, but really time-consuming, of course, to 5-star every park. Some of those requirements were beastly. All right, we may... Yeah, if we can't get... Yeah, we can't jump up there, so we might have to... Pick it up, please. We might have to come from the top side here to get those surrounds. Raise scissor lift, please. There we go. Now I thought those 4 would do it. I guess wrong. Yeah, this surround almost has to be done. Cool. So we got that. We could probably do glass. Let's reposition again. Get front and center. And I'm not gonna waste any time. Let's just soap it. Now, as far as other games that I'm looking forward to, Celasta 2 just showed off basically kind of a world trailer and announced their alpha that's coming out. So I'm really looking forward to that. I did the demo of Celasta 2 and really enjoyed it. Whoop! Yep, there should be a railing there. Being a Baldur's Gate 3 fan and a D&D fan in general, Celasta was a good representation of 5th edition, actually having things that Baldur's Gate didn't have. Which, to be fair, Baldur's Gate had a lot of more choices and more exploration, a more open world. So I could see where some of the spells and abilities in an open world would become very problematic. All right, so let's work on this little cubby here, because this is the outside. So everything above the cubby, or everything above this lip, we'll try to tackle. That way, once all of that is done, we don't have to worry about using the lifts or anything. All right, decorative blockway. What's up with you? On the inside here? Probably. Little inside lips. Yep. Figure we come this far, might as well keep on going. So that will get everything on this side here. We can work on that. Crap. Yeah, we can't hit it from down here. If we use, this step ladder, we might be able to get up there. Can we? Do we have the ups? Nope, no ups. But can we at least see it from the bottom? A little bit precarious, but we can make it work. But we can't hit the top, though, which is problematic. All right, where do these super ladders go, by the by? The ones that I couldn't put down before. Awesome, you'll go there. All right, so that side's done. Yeah, let's actually get the the pizza pie out. Pizza pan. And start on this wall. Oh, nice. We got the window with a pizza pie. Not going to say no to that. Yeah, this side should be much quicker since we don't have like a balcony and furniture and whatnot to tackle. On this end, we just have this little corner piece. Not a whole lot of room to move, but we're making it work. It's a good thing I had this articulating head. Articulating head saves the day. Whoop! Not falling off the ladder, though. Yeah, we might have to come in with the actual washer now to get the insides. Gotta take that off. We don't need the extension anymore. We're pretty much right in the face. Right along the edge. Nice. So we got that, got the window. We have the pilasters. We have, yeah, this wall done, the decorative block, everything up there done. And yeah, this lip here. So once we get this outside wall here done, and we get the little lip, then we can focus on the seating area outside. Yeah, tricksy corners. I'm looking forward to Celasta 2, and in Rogue Trader, I haven't touched Rogue Trader. Well, what's that? How Do Dirt Finder. It's been a while. I have a big job for you, giant in fact, a billboard with the greatest announcement in the history of our county. I wonder what that's all about. Now you think a billboard would be easy, pretty flat surfaces. But I imagine all of the scaffolding and all that crap is going to come into play. But yeah, Rogue Trader. I haven't played the Inquisition DLC that, dang, just lacking a little bit, that came out. But I'm kind of wanting to wait for Rogue Trader to be completely done with all the DLCs and do one big playthrough again. Kind of like I learned from Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, not to really start these long RPGs until all the DLC is done, because, you know, it'll change or add a certain story event or whatnot, and then it's like if you're already past it, you don't get to see it, and all that stuff. So it's better to start fresh, start from scratch, let all the DLC talk to each other and integrate so you don't miss anything. Unless you really like the game and like playing things over and over and over again, that's really not been the case for me as far as playing something over and over and over again from scratch. Usually, when it comes to RPGs, twice is a minimum for like a good run, bad run. Good choices, evil choices. And then if I really like it, or there's other classes that I'm interested in, like Baldur's Gate, I'll do that. But yeah, like, for example, PowerWash Sim. Once all the jobs are done and I have all of the achievements, yeah, I won't come back and play it again to chill out or anything. I'll free up my hard drive space. But yeah, achievement hunting is another reason to play something completely over again. In fact, just last month I did the Jack of all trades achievement, which requires a player to take one level in all 12 classes. So you get to level 12 only taking one level, or one class per level, all the way through the game. And I hadn't done that before, because usually I play on story mode. I'm chill. Like, I play chill games. I don't play games to have to really think and struggle through. I want my gaming time to be productive, not sense of accomplishment. So I definitely had to go back and play it on a higher difficulty to get that achievement. So now that that's done, I probably won't be back into Baldur's Gate anytime soon. All right, so this balcony outer wall is barely here. Come on, man. All right, so we will... No. Grab this thing. Okay, hit the corners. This balcony wall is almost done, man. Like, come on, what do we got to do? There we go. And then trim. I think the trim runs all the way down. So let's narrow that up, get the underside. Because if we can get the trim, then we can start working top down. And just you wait, I'm gonna forget something. There's gonna be one thing left on this house that I didn't see that's gonna be right at the roof. All right, I think I've done everything I can as far as this side goes, but the trim also has all that stuff probably on the inside for me to do. Oh, and then, yeah, we got to get the wall itself. Yeah, and all that classifies as trim, too. Yeah, so we're going to have to get in there. So we'll just go on up. Yeah, so we hit this with the pizza pan, but it wasn't doing the whole job. Really? Don't make me soap you, because I'll do it. Right, and then I think, yeah, underside will be... Okay, so yeah, this counts as trim. We don't want to hit the wall. Yeah, I think that will do wonders for us here. Oh man, that's a crevasse. Imagine a lot of hidden dirt right there in that crack. And cracks where things are hidden anyway. Yeah, that'll do nicely. So this inside edge is really what we needed. It'll only be a matter of time now, because we didn't touch this inside edge at all. Boom! All right, so that's trim done. We can now focus on everything in here. Can we widen this stance? Yeah, so inner wall will be nice and easy. And then balcony floor. So this trim isn't separate. Probably part of the wall. Yeah, I don't know how long this has been recording for. We'll keep, everything in one episode. I'm not going to split a job into two. And I can't imagine how long the jobs in the future are going to be. If this is job, 4? And it's already taking me this long. There'll be some probably some 2-hour, maybe even 3-hour jobs. All right, so does this wall count on the outside as well? It's a little bit inconvenient that this table is right here. We'll make do. Yeah, okay, so I think, yeah, the trim counts as the floor there. Pizza pan? How well you do. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that won't take long at all to do a touch-up. There we go. Oh, and the pizza pan can even reach up here. Table! Inconvenient. They knew that what they were doing when they placed that table there. Alright, so I was going to say that this whole wall is together, but this corner, the side piece, is separate. Little inside, little crevices, there we go. I imagine this one will be pretty quick if this is a separate entity. It'll just blast, yep, the inner wall. Now, can we window wash? We did a pretty good job with the other window with this. We might have to come back and do touch-ups. If only we had an extension for this. So I think that might be the next purchase. Will be the extension for this power washer here. So we can really, like, extend the pizza pan for things like this. Alright, so balcony door. Alright, cool. So I don't know if we have 3 separate doors, 3 separate frames. But we'll just kind of do what we can. So that was that frame there, balcony window. Alright, so that was one big balcony window. Nice, so we have balcony windows, the inner walls, and the trim done. Now let's do the equipment. Since all of this dirt would run down to the floor. Nice, even Art Deco furniture, sings of the 20s. Holy Great Gatsby Batman. So the chair is just one big piece. It's not individual chair components. Golden armrest there. Get on the ground. I'm sure some furniture can be power washed. I've never tried to power wash any furniture myself, but all right, so that chair is all good. Yeah, I can't imagine living in the Art Deco time period where everything was, you know, straight edges, very, you know, glamorous, gold inlays and whatnot. What a time to be alive. Not so much if you were, I guess, a trader in the 20s. Well, you had a good run of it in the 20s. Oh, you cheeky bugger. We can't move the chair, but it is, like, really tight to that table. With things like this, it's almost like you can hit it from 4 good angles. You get your edges, so you hit it from one side, one corner, one corner, one corner, one corner, then you're all good. All right, let's get this table. And I'm sure the underside of the table will need some love and attention. You know, I'm thinking, and that's dangerous, but if the volcano is going to erupt after we're done, so we do all the jobs, and then the volcano erupts, but so we do the jobs again, but with very caked on dirt, like massively caked on soot and ash. That almost sucked all my morale. It's like, I just cleaned this. Give me a break. A break that no Kit Kat bar would rectify, I tell you. Right, table done. And you can sort of see where I've been aiming, blasting all over the place. All right. We'll just do the floor, and then that should be balcony complete. Oh, very cheeky. Balcony door threshold. Oh, wait, nope. Got the telescope to do. My mistake. A theodolite? So not a telescope, but a theodolite. Is that a fancy word for neighbor spying mechanism? I wonder. Because it is pointed, I mean, at a tree, to be fair, but very easily can pivot into the rooms across the street. And I don't know what kind of person or what kind of people live in this house. The kind that goes on expeditions for a long time and then also disappear without saying a word. Okay, so we have to hop on here to blast the lens. Low crawl. Now this is dang tricksy. Where in the gravy? Oh, yep. Right on the underside. Whew, I was gonna say please. Yep, let's just get the corner here. Yeah, we should be able to do just a few laps here. And get the majority. It's almost like a vacuum cleaner for dirt, except we're blasting it. A water Roomba, if you will. Or if you won't, that's fine too. Okay, I was gonna say, just so we kind of just go through the furniture. We are blasting it with quite a lot of water, though, so I'm sure it is getting into the nooks and crannies that it needs to. And I think with the balcony done, we're good to move off of here. I'm trying to remember, did we finish up this side? All right, so we finished up this side. We got this wall done. I think now it is just everything from this lip downward that we have to do. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything up top. So yeah, the pizza pan is going to get a heavy workout here. The rear canopy top. Side canopy top. Yeah, we'll just do some laps all around the outside, hug the wall. All right, so things I want to get. Oh, that is caked. Oh, let's handle that right now. Pizza pan was not getting that corner. So an extension for this washer here, and then we might look into, say, a high pressure wand, or, you know, a heavy duty wand that might be able to tackle the caked on stuff. A little bit of soap left there. Nice. We'll use it. And just for shiggles, we will go around one more time after this to get the edges and whatnot. And it might get the edges so we don't have to blast them. I mean, that's wishful thinking. Alright, this one's all set. We can go right to the edge on it. So that one's taken care of. Crap! Luckily. Ladder's right here. We will have to move that ladder. And hopefully, we can let go of the ladder. I'll just get that real quick. Yeah, I'm sure the birds like to rest right on these edges. I couldn't imagine the animals that would kind of make their home on a flat roof like this. It's awful inviting, that's for sure. All right, Calvin. Okay, peeps, data suggests all is well on Mount Rushless. No seismic activity whatsoever. Okay, yet. Can we see Mount Rushless from here? I mean, you got the picture, but... Thanks, son. Good to know. Don't be late tonight. Aunt Doris is round. We've got meatloaf. Oh, the elder texting. All caps, no punctuation. Right, side canopy top is done. Entrance canopy top is done. There's trim. So that's going to be a tackle from the side. Then I think all we have left to do is these nubbins here. All right, got that. Side canopy top is done. Then rear canopy top. And then this will allow us, nice. So rear canopy top is done. These canopy tops are done. So all that we need to do now is work from the trim side down. All right. I think everything is coming up Millhouse here. Can we place on ground? Nope. Can we place on van? No. It just goes back. I need you to move, sir. Well, I suppose we'll work on then... We'll just move the ladder as we do. So we'll start with trim. Get as much trim as we can. That's an inconvenient canopy top right here. So I guess we will pull this ladder back just to get this right here. And since that's clean, we won't have to move that ladder anymore. All right, so we will have to go just a skosh wider, but not too much. It'll be interesting to see the time lapse on this, everything working from top to bottom instead of just random words. All right, so entrance canopy trim is now done. Let's move the ladder and make sure we don't have any hidden trim over here. All right, perfect. And since that's not clean, yeah, we'll get all trims. Excuse me, step ladder. And then we'll get all undersides. And then we'll be on the ground for the rest of the time, which is A nice change of pace. %62% with the house, though. It's good. It's over half. Oh, nice. It's good. It's over half. You know, we're not halfway down the house, or we're about halfway down the house geographically. But we're over half as far as the amount cleaned, which makes me happy. I forgot how much this job pays, but hopefully enough to get a more heavy-duty washer, because I think this washer that we're using here is still classified as a light duty. So if we could like swap this one out for a more heavy duty washer, because heavy duty should be able to tackle anything fine, really. I mean, you wouldn't, it's not like you're gonna harm the dirt too much. It's like, oh no, too heavy, the dirt has been blasted more than it normally would. That's a good thing. All right, side trim. Counting on you here. All right, nice. Undersides. And I don't think the pizza can reach up vertically. Yeah, this is going to be, I think, the most time-consuming, hitting up from the underside. Yeah, side canopy, underside is massive. We're barely making a dent. So we may have to attack it sort of in sections. Cordon it off. Nice straight lines. Getting the grooves. So that's first floor window frame. So window frame is separate. So right in the edge to get this canopy underside. Imagine all the grody crap falling on top of your head. All the water. Nastiest shower you'd ever take in your life. Alright, cool. Almost a straight bit on the house now. Yeah, there we go. Now we got to a straight bit. Right. Making good progress. It seems like we're more than half on side canopy, underside. Side canopy is a massive thing. Yeah, we'll just make a nice line here. Focus one section at a time, just like real life. An overwhelming project can be tackled one step at a time. It's all you can do. And then, just like here, when you look at the bigger picture, you realize, oh, I did a lot of work. We got a lot done. We're actually further along than I thought we were. Which is pretty good for the morale, to know that you're making progress. Nothing's worse than feeling like you're just spinning your wheels. Plus, it's good to actually see change, like the power washing here. You can actually see what you're doing. A lot better than having an arbitrary thing or a non-tactile thing, like, am I making any progress? I'm not actually sure. But we're definitely making progress here. So we're almost done with side canopy, underside. There we go. Now we're moving to rear canopy, underside. We'll hit the edges. Right in the corner. Happy little dirt. I don't think the side, or the rear canopy underside is as big as that side canopy underside was, for sure. Yeah, I think we're just going right here to the edge. Yeah, that's swapping down to another side canopy underside. All right, keep on keeping on. Feels like we're in a groove now. No stopping and starting. Everything is flowing, which is good because water needs to flow. We have our approach. And then I'm probably going to pizza pan the walls, since they're nice and flat and they can help us out. All right, so side canopy underside continues. It looks like there's even grass embedded in this canopy underside. What in the gravy happened? That grass was stuck up. Or is that mold? Or lichen? Definitely something growing and living under here. And then the side canopy, yeah, side canopy underside continues on around. Yeah, I think at this point we are now at the time where we're just going to be doing laps. So is it faster to go side to side or top to bottom? It feels like you get more done side to side. Maybe that's just perception. Just the brain working that way, like, hey, I'm making more movements top to bottom. I'm not making any progress, but longer movements, now we're feeling okay. All right, so that's trim. All right, so we do have this underside, the entrance underside to do. And then I think we will be on walls then. And we started right there by the ladder with the side canopy underside. So this is the last underside that we need to do. Booyah. Comes together nicely. All right. So, yeah. Let's start on the front entrance here with the entrance decorative block. And then we'll work backwards, so we'll kind of go backwards on our lap, or is that's kind of breaking my flow, going backwards. We'll finish the entrance wall here. Oh, that's another entrance wall. All right, so that wall's finished. We'll go ahead and move the ladder to the front door and continue on this way. And we'll just keep going left turns around the house. All right, first floor wall. Looking at you. Yeah, that's what I figured. All right, now windows. First floor window is set. That first floor window is set. Big first floor window here. And then we probably have to come back over the trim. Yeah, first floor window, good. Then this was another first floor window and another first floor window. And then we've got, yeah, first floor door frames. All right, first floor window frame is set. Awesome. Really stuck on stuff there. Yeah, this pizza pan is awesome. Lots of stuck on stuff on this, though. Had to go over it twice. But just the sheer surface area that we're covering with the pizza pan, going over it twice is still faster than nitpicking. All right, first floor window done, so another set of corner windows. This thing almost feels like a cheat code when it comes to flat surfaces like this. Power washing the nooks and crannies, but the pizza pan making short work. And then frame, done. Too easy. You know, I just thought of another game that's kind of like in the chill area. Was like the saloon simulator, the saloon manager that I saw. It was like really cool looking, had a story, different things you could do each day when you weren't serving drinks and food. Wishy! I just heard from Sonia. The beam's gone, but someone's stolen the merman's gems. Uh-oh. Oh, so that looks like a big statue where a gem should be in the crown. And if there's anything you learn from Dungeons and Dragons, it's don't touch gems that are embedded in large statue crowns. Usually does not end well for the thief. Cool. So that's the window and the side done. Oh, we have a bit of a door situation in this backside. Still I think the pizza pan can make wonders. All right, so first floor wall is still working. But I think we have the door, the window, the handle, all that good stuff. But yeah, Saloon Simulator looked really cool. And you don't really see a whole lot of Wild West games or in that setting. It's almost like when Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead 2 came out, everyone's like, well, there goes all the Western games now. Like, there's no way we can compete with any of that. So it's good to see a different style of game set in the Wild West. Oh, this is one huge window then. All right, we'll work it. Yeah, lots of tacked on dirt. We might have to go soap this one if the pizza pan can't cut through all that stuff. Yeah, we're gonna have to... All right, so that was that window done. Okay, cool. The wall with just a little bit of a touch-up. We might get away with the wall as is. So that's door frame, wall. All right, cool. So that's wall there. And first floor window frame needs a lot of work, so I think that's more of a specialty that we're gonna have to get into the crevices on this one. And it's crazy, a little bit of dirt went a long way. That bar was like really long, and then when you find the one bit of dirt, it's just like the size of a quarter. And it's like, oh, that quarter-sized piece of dirt was 33% of all the dirt on this piece. Yeah, if we had that extension, man, like we could just go up and down without really overextending ourselves. Then we'll have another window, it looks like. Couldn't even tell that window was even there. All right, first floor wall. Done. Then decorative block. Should make short work of it. I imagine, yeah, we might have to, nope, cool. This was powerful enough to get into the crevice. Entrance wall done, that was another ding. All right, move said ladder, please. Just got the front to do. And then if I'm not mistaken, that will be everything on the house. It'll just be the ground stuff. Yeah, so entrance wall, first floor wall. Come on, entrance wall. All right, entrance wall done. And then a first floor wall. Which first floor wall did I not do? Oh, there you are. That's done. And then there's the path. The end is in sight. So we'll start at the front. And it may be 2 laps here. But we'll just go ring around the rosy here. And this is kind of like the benefit of a job well done, or the feeling of the job well done is like, that's it, hard part's over. Now it's just tidying up work is all that's left. All right, cool. Second lap. And we might have to go into the little bits and bobs then. Yeah, if we could walk just a little bit slower. There we go. So just hunch on over. Let the vacuum cleaner do the work. It'll be 3 or 4 laps or so. Yeah, it's just a spot clean, really. From probably 1 more lap, and then we'll spot clean. It'll probably be like stuff right in the edges and whatnot. I wonder if this is like $1,000 job. Because it would seem to me that this is like $1,000 job with all the intricacies that we have to do. Yeah, maybe it would have been better if I took the the sprayer and just went side to side and just worked my way around, leaving nothing behind. I'll consider that next time we have a big sidewalk or path to clean. All right, cool. So I think now, right in the... Oh, does this count as the path? Oh yeah, take a look at that. All right, so that's gonna be good. We'll be able to just go right alongside the path here and hit all of this. Excuse me. See, that's easy. Pick it up, drop it off. No headache. Nice. A lot of leeway on that one for sure. Pays to have a thorough job. That way you don't have to find anything. You just get to your natural end point, and it just works. Crap! Alright, so there's stuff there probably that we have to get. And I would say... yeah, tidying that up. Kind of got like tiger stripes there from the pizza pan. Right in the corner. Nice. I was gonna say it'd be nice if I could just run the trim. Excuse me. And of course this ladder. Well, it might not be in the way if we can hit it from the side like that. Just a little bit more. Nice. A new item is available in the shop. And yeah, that was a $1,000 job. And let's see what kind of job we did. Doot, 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 doot. Man. Compress all of that down into a... Now, that shadow made it look like we didn't get... Oh, so we did go back up there and get that? Excellent job, Sprucey. I can see why Harper recommended you. Spotless house. Hum reduced to 0. Now all I need to find out is what Karen's up to. And I don't think you want to know. So $1,000 there and 100 PowerWash point bonus. Very cool. Let's head up back to home base. All right, so free play on the Mementos shelf in the Harper's room. Yeah, so we have the van, we have the restroom, we have the campsite, and the Art Deco house now. Very cool that we're keeping a bit of a trophy room. And there was new stuff available in the shop, it said. So washer equipment, we have $1,000 now. The Prime Vista 2400 is $1,000, but we would have no attachments with it. But it is a medium-duty washer. So do we do one more job with the equipment that we have, and then save up for the medium-duty washer? Where's the heavy-duty washer? $5,000. The Urban XU2 is $1,200. So if we make $200 there. And there is a new soap nozzle, and that adaptable nozzle we'll definitely want. And the extra long extension, so that's $1,500 plus another $1,200. You know, that would be, $3,000. What is our next job by the by. If we click this, oh crap. So not a whole lot of lucrative work. $100 and $500. All right, so no new equipment for us yet. We'll pocket that $1,000 in the bank. As far as van cosmetics, so we can repaint our van now for $100. We got to make some money first before we splurge. The business comes first. Furnitures? Yeah, future table. $2,000 for a rustic shelf. Why do we... I mean, I guess it's something to spend your money on after you're done, right? Okay, so next time we may, if these are two quick jobs, we might combine these two jobs into one episode, the dog car and the billboard, and make $600 and then see what is up with this volcano, Mount Rushmore National Park. So if we are, just for shiggles, can we see said volcano or the national park from here? That's probably it up there. Okay, so we can see the volcano from here and everything is awesome so far. So we'll see where that goes. But that'll do it for me in this episode, everyone. If you stuck around, awesome. You're the real MVP. Not a whole lot of people would, I don't think. But we're making good progress, getting things done. But that'll do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I'll see you in the next PowerWash Simulator video. Take care.